Da da. Boom, boom, boom,
Boom,
boom,
boom,
boom,
boom,
boom,
boom,
boom, boom,
boom.
boom.
Yes. Mm.
Don't know where you're at. You do now.
Oh my goodness, I'm a little grouchy, everybody.
Okay.
Not grouchy, just a little upset. I'm having another debate with someone on Facebook. They want to debate about the legitimacy of Kamala Harris running for president based on her parents not being naturalized at the time of her birth in the United States. And there are two places in the Constitution that say that, but that's not enough.
There's always the little mute for 30 days button. I find that's the most effective debate tool on Facebook.
No, but see, my thing is always let them get out what they have to say. Two reasons, two big reasons. The first, I like them to feel like they have a voice, and let everyone see what their actual arguments are, which usually doesn't pander out to a lot. And two, if someone actually has a real point, if they are showing me that I'm not right, then I want to know that, and I'll admit to it, So to me, it's two reasons to let them speak.
Sounds like you're on the side of trying to promote more truth and reason in the world, even when it's maybe the most difficult.
You're a better man than I. I'm on the side of playing Facebook whack-a-mole.
Oh, I feel like it. I feel like doing that a lot.
Okay, since I'm going to be emceeing, I have a Zoom technical question. If I click on a person, how did I do this? It seems like the last time I emceed, I could click on someone's square in the Hollywood squares here, and like there's like a highlight button, and it made it big on my screen. And I wasn't sure if that made it big on everyone's screen or just mine. Does anyone know about that feature? Because I don't.
That's just yours.
Just mine. That's what I was afraid of, so I just won't bother trying to do that. Okay.
So Jared, I just pinned you, and no one else is complaining that you are the
Yeah.
only thing anyone sees. So I think that's
No,
fine.
because I don't see that I'm pinned. I'm just there in the Hollywood squares.
I don't mind having Jared pinned. He's a good guy.
William, I don't know if you've passed, you made other people hosts and co-hosts, but like Jared would probably need it, I think.
Yeah, Jared's currently a co-host.
Okay.
Everybody is.
Yeah.
Yeah, pass it to me.
For anyone who's joined in the last minute or so, there are 2 links to Life Happens in the Zoom chat. If you have not filled out the Life Happens, that's just where we can make little announcements about what's going on in our lives so that we can share with people who we may not get to talk to. So you can do it with your name or do it anonymously, but if you would just go in there at some point and just click the Life Happens link and fill it out, and we'll read those towards the end of the assembly tonight. I realize that I don't have anything in front of me that tells me what time it is. Oh, there we go.
So, 5:33.
So is the Zoom link now on Facebook too?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is it on Meetup?
Not on Facebook?
It is on Facebook, but I'm not sure if it's on Meetup. I guess I'll
It is on Meetup. That's how I got
added
in.
it on Meetup.
Okay, great. It's on both platforms.
I'm going to go up and tell Dwight to get on.
Don't we need to have it on Facebook too?
It's both places now.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Ben, yell for Dwight.
Dwight, get on. It's your time to shine.
Okay, let's see if I can transition here.
See. Alrighty. Well, let me see.
So you're going to introduce Giselle.
Yes, and I'm going to do it right now because it is 5:35. So let me share my screen.
Can I make sure to welcome all the folks who are from other assemblies outside of Atlanta, which I think is super awesome. We got some West Coast, we got some Nashville, and I'm loving it.
Oh,
Sure.
Is everyone
Uh,
seeing
do-
my shared screen there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you hear that, Jared? Ross is going to welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was just that.
He just
it was
welcomed
that. I
it.
just wanted to make sure that, you
Yeah.
know, folks like Franco I saw, and then Sean.
I heard the doorbell ringing there. Let me see. Is someone taking care of the?
We're taking care of that, Jared.
Okay.
You
All
do
right.
the emceeing. We'll take
Okay.
care of that.
All right. Well, before I MC, I'm going to hand the floor over to Giselle, who I understand has a few words. Take it away.
Dearly beloved, we've gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Electric word life, it means forever, and that's a mighty long time, but I'm here to tell you, there's something else. Reality. Life being forever. I don't know how to put that, but welcome to Sunday Assembly, everybody.
Thank
There
you.
we go. Thank you, Giselle. And now we have the countdown. Everyone count with me.
Okay. 10,
Nine.
9,
All right, 8,
8,
8,
7,
7,
5,
6,
5,
4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2.
1.
bro.
Okay. Welcome to Sunday Assembly Atlanta. For August, our theme this month is adaptations. So we at Sunday Assembly, we are a secular community without deity, doctrine, or dogma, in whichever order you want to not have them in. Our motto is to live better, help often, and wonder more. My name is Jared. I will be your mix master tonight, and we're glad everyone's here. I would say show of hands, everyone who this is your first time to be at Sunday Assembly, but I can't see everyone because I'm sharing my screen. So let me just hold that. So if anyone is your first time here, do the little thumb up on your screen or
no.
whatever. Okay. Yeah, we got
Everyone
some
just
person.
wants to say hi.
Okay. Ooh, I've been spotlighted by the host. Okay. I will say I've made this announcement a couple times, but I'll just do it once again here for everyone who has chimed in. We have a feature called Life Happens, where we're going to let people share information about themselves, and we're going to read them later on in the assembly. If you go to the chat, there is a link in the chat to a Google Doc. I think there's a couple links in there to the same thing. Oh, yeah, and it's there again. So, yeah, if you have not filled out your Life Happens card, go in there, click on that, and you can do it with your name or you can do it anonymous. Just tell us something that's going on with you in your life. It could be good, it can be bad, it can be neutral, something you want to announce, something you want to commiserate, whatever. Just let's get a lot of Life Happens things tonight because it's always a fun part of the show. Okay, I'm going to go back and I'm going to go back here and share the screen. And the question, hold on, let me share my screen. And the question we're asking tonight are, why are so many people baking bread and gardening? And I'm going to turn this over to Anna to let her address this. So let me know if you need to slide ahead to the next one, Anna. Or...
Not quite yet.
Okay.
I don't see my face.
I do.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Anna, and I'm in charge of this assembly this time. And our question is, how are we adapting? This pandemic has just knocked us on our heels, a lot of us. And so the question becomes, how do we adapt to this new normal? So I was researching how to talk about this and what we were going to talk about. And I found that there was a theory, self-determination theory, that was expressed in the 1970s it was put forward in the 1970s. And basically it says that what we need to be motivated, happy, and fulfilled are autonomy, mastery, and belonging. And these needs are even more important when we're going through upheaval. So, and also what we need when we're going through upheaval is to stay in the moment and to focus on what we can control, not what we can't, which there's a lot. So, and those two things happen to be aspects of Stoicism. So tonight we're going to be talking to some people who are adapting using the skills they have and learning new skills, creating autonomy for themselves. They're gardening, they're doing all kinds of interesting volunteer work. They're making extremely cool art. So the first person we have that we want to talk to or see is Michelle. Michelle, you there?
Yes, I'm right here.
There you are.
Here I am. So I've adapted. My time in the pandemic really started April 1st, April Fool's Day. I was sent home from a skilled nursing facility because I didn't want to sign something that said I couldn't go anywhere at all except working home. So, so I've been out for over 4 months and I've found myself really actually kind of loving it in a way. I've been able to paint more, and that's been my love for a while. I painted the ones behind me in the past. And so this that you see is actually the crowd on the other side of this river. This is the Jones Bridge Park, the Chattahoochee River. And that was like, you know, a month ago. It was maybe not quite as many people as it looks, but it was a crowd. And I was just grateful that I was not on that side of the river. I was just with my partner and we were sitting on chairs right here and I was simply painting it. But, you know, I didn't see any masks. Maybe there were, but, you know, everybody seems to have a different opinion. But so I've enjoyed doing that. And other things I've been doing include, she had mentioned volunteer work. Oh, well, this isn't volunteer. This is totally volunteer. I'm having a great time with mountain biking and that's my true love. It's my sanity source. I have to do it to stay sane. My partner that I'm kind of, what do you call it? Collaborating with and isolating with, yeah, there we go. I can at least have one person that I ride with. So that's who is taking the picture. But these are my two loves, is painting and biking. And we'll go on biking trails and get the exercise. Even though it's still kind of risky when you're outside and you pass people. There's not many people that I pass, but when I do, I'm the one to run off into the woods or ride off into the woods. Because I'm not wearing a mask, as you see. It's hard to do that and breathe at the same time when you're riding a bike. So, you know, I've gone long ways around and some people think it's strange and some are very thankful. So you've got all kinds. But now, unfortunately, I can't do biking because I have trigger fingers, which is kind of a version of tendonitis in your fingers, which can be assisted with cortisone shots, which I got recently and haven't worked yet, but I hope that they're going to work soon so that my thumbs can do this more comfortably.
Well, thank you, Michelle.
Yes, so I've really enjoyed it. Thanks y'all for listening.
Sure. Next, we're going to have Justin. Yes. Justin, are you there?
Maybe muted. Let me see. Hang on. Let me.
See Justin listed in the
I-
attendees right now.
Let me see.
I know, Trey, that you mentioned as the second you saw that when we were planning this, that this is Terraria, which I think you've been playing or have played at least a decent amount, right?
I have, yeah, somewhat. Maybe we should start a server, better Minecraft. But we floated the idea around.
Okay. Well, I
Okay.
guess we move ahead.
Yeah, I'll this is my son. So what he told me about this is that he really enjoys taking the world as it is and making things that he wants to see in the world. So this is pixel art that he's done, and he's really into it, and it keeps him in the moment. Okay, let's go to Jared.
Oh, look, it's me again. I kind of feel like I'm cheating by being in this group because I was adapted for working at home well before this started, because as a writer, there's no necessarily need for me to be anywhere else out in the world, at least for the creative process. This is my new novel that came out a couple months ago. But what has changed, and I had to adapt a little bit, is especially as an indie author, it's not just you create and you put it out there, but you have to go out and promote and quarantine. The way to do that was to go to conventions and shows all around the state, or as far as you could go, and just get in front of people and say, hey, here I am, I've written stuff, and talk on these things. I had the opportunity a few weeks ago to be a part of an online science fiction convention, which was a blast. The Hoover Public Library back in Hoover, Alabama, has a science fiction show they do every year, and they went virtual for this. And since I used to work there and they know me, they invited me to come in and be one of their guests, so got me a good chance to. So I'm having to find new ways to network and create and make connections in the author community and in the indie publishing community without the benefit of all these in-person meetups and shows that is the standard practice for the industry. And I'm joining in. We're having to do it all by Zoom, but it's working so far, and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, it's you'd think it'd be easy, just, well, I'm already just at home all the time, but no, you've got to do some actual networking and connection, which has been kind of a challenge. But still, I'm doing it. Glad to be so.
Thank you, Jared. Ross, you're next.
Hey, everybody. Hi, I'm Ross. I'm not Roshley. I'm only half of Roshley. When this theme was presented, the way that I thought that I was adapting was by taking direct action, like Anna said. And so I think I have just two examples, one of which I did this yesterday as well. Because of Misha and Alicia, who are members of our community, they shared that they were volunteering with a group called Food for Life, and I was like, oh, what's that about? And they shared a photo, and I said, okay, well, let's get our Sunday Assembly folks to join. And I think Diane, you've done it. Ashley, you've done it. Freya has done it. There might be some others as well in our community, where you go to a church actually very close to First E, and you either pack boxes full of food that were nearly expired food from grocery stores or donated, and then what I've done lately is put those boxes in my car and then drive to different places in Atlanta. That's West End, it's Tucker, it's Morrow, it's anywhere, and I found it really fulfilling. And I've been seeing parts of the city I don't normally see, which, let's not beat around the bush, like seeing poorer parts of the city that I don't spend a lot of time in. And I found that to be really important. But more important is actually getting people food that they need, so that they are spending $50 fewer that month, that maybe that goes towards diapers, maybe that goes towards the power bill. So it's just once a week, but I can say I've fed maybe like 50 people. So that's really powerful. And I would recommend doing it. It's remarkably easy, and they're it's an in-person thing, so they have some pretty strong procedures on hand sanitizer, on mask wearing, and they run a pretty tight ship, and it's really impressive. So if you're interested, let me know. Like I can tell you how to be a part of this, but I really like it, and yeah, I like the shirt too. So anyway, so I think that's my first thing.
Okay.
And here's the next thing.
There's another thing. Yeah. So this is me. I have a goop in my hair this time, so that's why it looks different. But this is me at on Tuesday, because August 11th was the primary election runoff, and I was a poll worker, which I'd never done before. But I thought, okay, I feel like this election is the most important one, maybe in my entire lifetime, at least to date. And so I want to make sure that it goes well. I want to make, and I mean, especially recently, there's all the conversation about the United States Postal Service and mail-in voting, that you bet that I want to be a part of something I can control, like Anna said. And a thing that I can do is be a part of Fulton County's elections. I took a training. I had to pester Fulton County to get back to me, and then I could do a training and then be a part of it. But I'm also a software engineer, so I was really interested in being a part of seeing how it works, especially with the new technology, since the previous stuff was being used since the year 2000. So this is new, and we want to make sure it works right. So that's what I did on Tuesday, and it's a long day where you wake up, you have to be there at 5:30 in the morning, and you stay there until after 7. So anyway, but anyway, that's a way that I'm adapting. Like same thing. It's like, hey, what's something in this very confusing time right now that I can do? And it's this, specifically because, man, when you go vote, right, the poll workers are often older people, and it's in the time of COVID-19 that can't be, we just like expect that to happen. No, it's folks like me who, like, if I get it, I'll survive probably, that can take that hit for democracy. So that's my plan, and that's how I'm adapting.
Thanks, Ross.
Yeah.
Okay, Trey, you're next.
Right. Yeah, so going off of what Ross was talking about, as you know, there are a number of continuous problems that exist in society, which thanks again, Ross, Ashley, the others who participate in activism that helps that. In addition to more recent developments, particularly with the Black Lives Matter movement more recently, there's a lot going on in the world, and I can't understate the importance of having like people physically able to go deliver things to assist people. However, one is not always able to do so, whether it's you have some physical ailment, or you could be in a risk case for like COVID, particularly nowadays. Maybe you don't have money, you don't have a car, that's what there's other issues, but you still want to be engaged in the discourse and participating in our society as a good citizen. So there are always alternative ways. In my case, I'm like Ross, I'm a software engineer, and thought, well, maybe I can use a specialized skill that I've been developing to help the cause in some way. In this case, I've been working with Code for Atlanta, and particularly this sub-team called Atlanta Scribes. Atlanta Scribes exists to take transcripts of calls that people make into the Atlanta council members, when they talk about whatever issues they see with the current situation. Particularly in the past couple months, it's been about Black Lives Matter and police brutality, whatever issues be going on. We take those transcripts and we essentially perform data analysis on them, or we go through the information, see where this person is calling from, see the general points they're making, and try to turn that into data for the council members to more easily absorb and they can make decisions about. What's on the next slide?
Oh.
So you can see we have a spreadsheet here. All these columns, which there are hundreds and hundreds of them, are different people calling in. And on the right, you see the transcript. it takes a bit of time to read through, to interpret what people are saying, and make sure that's recorded properly. So we are always looking for more volunteers to take on that part of the process. In addition to that, next slide. To facilitate this, I've been trying to build a tool that will allow volunteers, instead of sorting through the spreadsheet, simply go to the site, be given this random row in that spreadsheet. So you can see this is what the person said, there are errors in transcript, we can correct those, this is where the person's located. And that might make the process simpler for people to note. And next slide. Of course, to do that, I have this technical skill. In the case I'm using Flask and Python to build a website, which not everyone else can do, of course. So if you are interested in perhaps participating in society, I do highly suggest joining something like Code for Atlanta, something you can do from your home in front of your computer without having to go outside and risk anything, or otherwise risk being physically at protests if you can't do that. And of course, you can always get in touch with me or with anyone called Atlanta. If you are interested in developing the skills to be able to do something like this, but haven't already, feel free to contact me. Yeah.
Thank you, Trey. Thank you. Next, we're going to have, well, I'm going to be talking because Jessie works as a nurse in a dialysis unit in Omaha, and she is super busy. So she asked me to talk about these two pictures. And like I say, she's a nurse, and she works 12 hours a day, and then she comes home and she gardens. And she says that's her way to unwind. She doesn't even get out of her work clothes, you know, before she starts her garden. So the first slide here, she's got some coleus, and she's got some elephant ears and a cane tree. And then on this side is sugar baby watermelon and tomatoes, all from seed. All of these things that I've talked about are from seed. And if you've ever gardened, that is the most gratifying thing. I've got some wildflowers, right? Of course they're going to grow. But for someone who hasn't done this a whole lot, it is just so exciting to plant seeds in a pot or in your garden and watch it happen. Watch them come up. Anyway, so that's the way she's adapting. And this is her again. And she's brought some flowers from her garden to work. So yeah, that's all people that we were going to have about. And now we're going to have I'm doing my best. And
Okay.
And Christy's starting school tomorrow, so she requested that she not do it live. So yeah.
Okay, I'm about to launch Christy's video, but before I do, I'm going to take one brief second just to remind everyone, we've got a few people have been joining us over the last few minutes, and so this will be your last chance. Go into the chat, scroll up, and find the link to the Life Happens, or Andy just posted it again. There's the link to Life Happens. This is the part where we just share little bits about what's going on in our life. You can do it with your name or anonymously, just anything you want to share about what's going on in your world right now. Click over there, fill out the form real quick, because we're about to read those cards after this. But here, let's have some words from Christy and what she's got going on. Let me see.
I believe in you, Jared.
adapting in the midst of all of this madness.
Hold on, let me start that over.
Hi. Thank you so much for inviting me to be with you and to share how I'm adapting in the midst of all of this madness. I am a kindergarten teacher, and I'm going to be starting the school year completely online, doing virtual learning with 5-year-olds who have never been to school. And I think it's fair to say that my job has been completely upended, and I'm feeling really overwhelmed and lost. I don't just teach kids how to read. When kids come to kindergarten, they have to learn how to be a student. They have to learn how to be a human in the world and learn how to sit still, learn how to take turns, learn how to solve their problems and how to navigate new big kids and new grown-ups, and learn how to share and hold a pencil and hold scissors. And all of that's kind of lost over a computer because I'm not with them to hold their hand, to show them how to write the letter S when they want to give up. And I'm not with them when they have conflict with their friends and they need to learn how to communicate what they need and how to solve that problem. I feel like so much of my job is done through a million small moments where I swoop in at just the right time to help a student who wants to give up on holding scissors because it keeps falling out of their hands, or who doesn't know what to do when somebody cuts in line in front of them, and just helping them solve the problem in real time and apply everything that I've taught them in that moment. So suffice it to say that this is really hard, and I'm doing my best to really focus on what I can do, not on what I can't do, because I have no control over the fact that we're doing virtual learning. And honestly, I think it's for the best right now, as unfortunate as the situation is. So I'd like to share with you all some tools, tips, tricks that I'm doing to help make virtual learning the best experience that I can for kindergartners, and focus on what opportunities I have right now that I otherwise wouldn't had this situation not happened. So virtual learning has forced me to learn so much learning software that I otherwise wouldn't have. And I'm really excited about these different learning programs that are enabling me to connect with the kids in an authentic way, even if it's over the screen. And I want to show you all a few activities that I have planned just to give you an idea of how we're going to try to make this work. So this program is called Seesaw, and I'm trying to connect with the kids every morning with a morning meeting, and also they do a daily check-in. So they go on their iPad to the Seesaw app and they check in with me and they share how they're feeling that day. So if I am a student and I need to share that I am feeling really angry that morning, then I'll move that and I can click this microphone and I can say, I'm so angry this morning because my brother stole my toy and I was trying to play with it before morning meeting. Or I'm so sad today because my mom has to go to work and I miss her so much. And in this way, I feel like I can still authentically connect with the students and I can keep up with what is happening in their lives and really target students who are having difficulty with adjusting to how hard it is to not be in person. And I can also target students that I know really need to have a little bit more relationship building and set some one-on-one time with them. I'm also trying to do some things to really teach parents how to engage with their kids at home and really give them an idea of what we do in kindergarten and how we learn through play, and help give them some ideas to keep them engaged with learning with their kids even after we go back to school face to face. So there's little activities like this, build a reading fort, and there's some picture ideas, and I'll probably make a video of me building a reading fort in my house. And in that way, we get the parents involved in making a reading activity really fun and special, creating a cozy spot in their house where they can read together. And I hope that this ultimately is a bonding experience and that families learn the value and the joy of reading with their students. I'm also trying to really build classroom community, and I want each student to really feel seen. I know that this is hard to do when we're not in person, but there are really interesting ways of making this work, like students creating their own room with all of their favorite things, like their favorite shows, maybe a picture of their cat, maybe their family, their favorite books and candy and toys. And the idea with these things is that you could click on them and the student can have a video link that shows them how they play with their favorite toy. Or maybe you click on the cat and the student can show them holding their cat and talking about what they like to do with their cat. And other students who see this activity can then make a video response and share what their favorite part about it was. Like, I loved, Abigail, how you shared your cat. I also have a cat and I love to pet my cat. And that way, Abigail can feel really seen and recognized by her fellow students, and they can start building relationships. Another thing that's really, really important to me is to make sure that the kids are not on a screen all day. And so there's lots of fun ways to make sure that when we create activities, we are encouraging kids to get outside and not just be on a screen all day. So with an activity like this, they listen to this book and then they go outside and look at the sky, notice the clouds, take a moment, look at the colors, shadows, and shapes, and then create a picture that shows what you've seen. We can do so many things like this with nature and make sure that the kids are not glazed-eyed zombies in front of the screen all day, because it's so important that we let them be children and let them do things that we would normally do in kindergarten, like play outside. There are so many things like this that I want to continue doing, and I really believe that kids will learn to love learning even if we are only doing this over a screen. And I hope that I can build really meaningful relationships with them. I know that I have to focus on what I'm in control of and what I can do for these kids to make this a meaningful and fun experience for them. And I'm going to continue doing my best in trying to make that happen. So thank you for letting me share.
Thanks, Christy.
Okay. Great video from Christy. So is Christy here with us tonight or?
No.
No, okay. All right. Well, then we have now come to the part where I am going to turn the mic over to Adam to tell us about Life Happens.
Fun. We've got 15 entries, which is, I think, the most I've ever read. So very cool. Thanks for entering all those, everybody. And can you all hear me?
It's very faint.
It's faint. Okay.
I assume Adam is tweaking a giant mixer that we can't see right off screen.
That's quite true, actually. How about that? Is that better?
Oh, yes, yes.
There we go.
There you go.
My input and my phantom power was off. There's a lot going on here. So, okay. So yeah, I was just saying we've got 15 entries, which is awesome because I've not actually read that many before. So, and the way we do this for anyone who is new, I'm just reading what people entered here, and if it's something that we want to congratulate them on or whatnot, we can clap. And then if it's something that we feel like needs some support, we can do snaps, and sometimes we can do claps and snaps. So, all right, I'm just gonna go for it. First one we've got is from Andy, and it says, "I'm feeling anxious. I'm backing up a colleague who will be out all week, and I'm worried that I'll be asked to do something she does that I have no idea how to do. I suppose that this upcoming situation taps into my long-standing fear that I'm really not worthy of a job or relationships or whatever. If I'm not doing things perfectly, whatever the heck that means. That said, I know that if my employer does require perfection, then the sooner I learn about that requirement, the sooner I have clarity that this isn't the right role for me, and I can move on to a place where I'm allowed to make mistakes. At the same time, I remain grateful that I still have a job because I know that not everyone can say that these days. So yes, I'll give some snaps for that one. Very cool. Thanks, Andy, for entering. Very, very nice. Okay. Sorry, everyone. All right, going to the next one. This is from Jared. It's a quick one. He says, I just turned 50. All the cool people are doing it. Clap for Jared. Happy birthday, man. That's awesome. All right, next one is from me. Also job related here. I said, my company is returning us worker bees back to full-time status, ending the 1 week a month furlough cycle that we've been doing for the last 3 months or so. I'm looking forward to going back to full salary again. Although it's been very busy lately trying to catch up on our work and hit our output goals, it feels great knowing that I work for a company that is committed to the health of its employees and their families as they continue to support us by maintaining a work from home approach. So cool. I'll take some claps on that. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. And next up, we've got Ashley. Ashley says, I am excited about some changes at work that mean I will be doing a lot more coaching as part of my day job. Coaching is such an important and empowering part of my life, and I am thrilled that a confluence of people and situations are creating space for this to emerge more in my job. I have also started training for a half marathon, complete with actual running shoes, a helpful app, and a few friends who are holding accountability with each other as we work towards our running goals. Today I ran 4 miles in about 44 minutes. Actually, that is awesome. Very good.
Yeah.
Clap, clap for that. All right. Next one is from my wife, Paulina, who had to step out. And I don't know if you can hear our kids yelling in the background, but something's going on out there. Hopefully World War III isn't breaking out in our living room. Okay, so she put, it was a super busy few weeks and a lot more to come. Allah's school is starting tomorrow. Adam, me, is coming back to work full time, and I, Paulina, will start a nursing assistant classes soon. Every day something is going on, but I think it is a good busy. One thing that happened that I am really excited about was a phone call from my lawyer. She informed us that I can finally apply for my U.S. citizenship. Many of you may not know, but I was an illegal immigrant for over 12 years before Adam and I got married, and it wasn't easy. We spent a lot of money and a lot of work for this to finally happen, and it does feel like a big win. I am in this country altogether almost longer than I was in Poland, and I feel like it is my home. So yeah, it's about damn time to become an American, or even better, a Polish American. Claps for that. So just a couple more hoops to jump through. There's so many, and yeah, but we're almost there. Really cool. All right, next up, number 6 out of, now there's 16. So just strap yourselves in, folks. It's gonna keep getting better. Oh, this is great. Trey put, it's hot. That is all. That is. I don't know what we do. Should we snap? Let's snap for that one. It was hot. I got some color from it though today. Like I've been super pasty, and I went out today, and so I don't know. Maybe there's a bright side to things, so to speak. Okay, so next up we've got Ross, who said, scaffolding all around our home because of construction, noisy progress. That's like a mix of snap and clap, I think, because you're like building and you're doing things, accomplishing things, but yeah, noisy and kind of annoying stuff all around, but crazy. Cool. All right. Thanks, Ross. Michelle said, I technically have a job after 4 months of unemployment when I left the skilled nursing home. However, I have yet to receive any work from this position, and that's okay with me. I will still enjoy playing retiree. Cool. So, I mean, I guess let's clap for that. Yes, because you still have a job and all that. Very cool. Thanks, Michelle, for for entering that. Number 9 here, Sin, if I'm pronouncing that right. We're in the middle of moving to a new place, so it's all chaos here. I know that feeling. Let's give some snaps for that. That is, yes. Good luck with the move, though. All right. Number 10, Mike says, cooking, building things, looking forward to a camping trip. Very cool. All right.
It's hot. Bring a pan.
Bring a pan. All right. Thanks, Mike. And 11 here. Venkatara Manajam. I probably.
Venkataranama Jim.
Okay. I'm sorry. I did my best. I appreciate you submitting here. Oh, I like your entry already. I have recently gotten a beautiful bass guitar. Oh yes, she's a beautiful silver Yamaha. I've never wanted a bass before, but now I'm totally in love. I think we're going to be happy together. Oh, nice. I gotta clap for that. That is great. Yamahas are good basses, man. That's good. All right, number 12, Sean. SA East Bay is also on third Sundays each month. For next one on September 20th, our speaker is award-winning author Buzzy Jackson, talking about her upcoming book about a female Dutch assassin in the resistance during World War II. Look for details when up on our meetup page, and join us Atlanta time, 1:45 p.m. before your September assembly. That sounds really interesting. Very cool. We'll clap for that. Awesome. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. And 13, Franco. I only just realized that this was your regular assembly. I frantically shared with others on Sunday Assembly Nashville. Maybe there should be a slightly more normal way for whomever is in charge of assemblies to know and share with their own groups when others are doing assemblies. Personally, I am still making music alone, and I'm reaching out to others to scheme for the future and keeping other stuff going with a regular band. Also, I am single again. And then there's a smiley face after that. So I think all together, that's we can clap for Franco. Very good. Thanks, Franco. All right, a couple more. We've got Diane here. She said, this week, I'll meet online the 7th graders I'll be teaching this year. Awesome. I didn't know you were a teacher, Diane. That's really cool. Teachers in my district have been training on all kinds of technology, and it's been like drinking out of a fire hose. I don't know what to expect. Virtual learning is going to be hard for teachers, kids, and their families. But I am enjoying the new online tools we are learning about, and this experience will enrich our teaching when we get back to in-school learning. Very good, Diane. I think, big claps for you. One thing I've noticed as we've been getting back to school with our kids is how much work the teachers have been doing this summer to prepare for all this virtual learning. So, thank you, Diane, and hope everything goes well. All right. Aletta, if I'm pronouncing that right, says, being retired has meant that we have not changed our lifestyle too much. But because we are both vulnerable, we don't go into stores anymore. Our hardest challenge is that we cannot see our grandchildren in real life. FaceTime just doesn't hack it. I cried when my grandson told me that he misses coming to our house. They live 850 miles away. It won't happen soon. And there's a frowny face. So definite snaps there. I hear you. It's tough.
And I think that was Alita.
Alita, sorry. Thanks, Ross.
Yeah, she's in Knoxville.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks, Alita. Appreciate the entry there. I think we're on to our last one here. And this is just Jasale is again. Someone corrected me on the big long name I mispronounced. It equals Jasale. So let's snap for my horrible attempts to pronounce the name.
Oh, you're all good. You're all good.
Yeah, let's give a big clap for Adam for reading our life happens this month. Always appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, and it-
Jerry,
Mhm.
I forgot to include Laura Ross.
okay. Well, we will.
Yeah, in our presentations. So,
Okay. Well, let's
Laura,
pass the virtual mic to Laura.
yeah. Wait till you see this artwork that she's done. It's
Let me see. Can I highlight her? Where's Laura? There you are. Let me see.
Hi.
Did I spotlight Laura for everybody? Does everyone see Laura?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
I usually block all this mess out because it's messy. But this is my office and my studio. So right as the pandemic was happening, we had sold an old car of ours, and I took the money and bought an iPad, which my also this pencil, which my cat took away from me. But when he's not around, I use it. One day, I had a flat tire, so I had to go to the tire store, and it turned out there was a lot wrong with the car. And so I sit there in the office, in the waiting room forever with a mask on, with 2 or 3 other people, social distancing with our masks on. And I was just playing. I don't know if you got the artwork or not, but I was just playing with, if not, I can find it, with Procreate. And you can't really see it, but I drew this.
it should be on the presentation, actually.
Is it coming up?
I don't remember getting that for the presentation. Is it somewhere in Slack? I can bring it up.
Maybe not. Okay, we'll just
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't.
But anyway, I've been playing with Procreate, and I don't sure I like it that much. But I've been doing some illustration because when clients want you to do illustration for a book or something, they want to be able to make changes, and this is a good way to make changes, and it's quick and you can carry it with you because it takes forever to do illustration, and I don't like to sit at my desk working on Photoshop all day. And this, I can sit in a car and work on art, and it's nice because I can get the same effects as like watercolor or chalk or something without being covered with graphite or whatever. And so this is, I've been trying to learn it, and it's not natural for me because I'm kind of all over the place with art and splashing water and stuff everywhere. And this is a little more disciplined, and it's just not real intuitive to me. But I'm learning. That's my skill I'm learning during the pandemic.
Can you put it close? Can you put it
Michelle
close?
says hold it close to the screen.
I almost saw it when you put it close to the screen.
Yeah, hold it up. Hold it up. Let's see.
Okay, let me open it back up again. I think it's on my. Okay, let's see if it'll. Whoops.
There you go.
Yeah.
It doesn't really show
that's
very well. It's
It
kind
does
of
look
gone
like
flat and
watercolor.
grainy. But if you're on my Facebook, Art of Laura Ross, you could probably see some of my art. I've done. I also did a 30-day watercolor challenge that Michelle did too.
Oh yes, yes, that's right.
Say, Laura, how about if you want, go ahead and put a link to your Facebook
Oh, sure.
in the chat. That way we can all get there and have a look at your
Instagram.
work.
Probably better Instagram.
Oh yeah.
You can also see my cats on Instagram. I'm also taking care of a lot of kittens right now. I've got 7 kittens and a mama cat. two different families.
Okay, Trey got your Instagram up on the thing, so everyone can go and look at your stuff. Awesome. Okay. Well, we're moving on now to our reading, which will be by Ashley. So let me spotlight.
And Ross has now hidden himself behind the banner, which has its waving arms. So I'm also not Rashly, but I'm the other half. So I'm going to share with us a poem called Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room? Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
Thanks, Ashley.
Okay, sorry, I'm got out of the thing. All right. All right, we've now come to the time to slow down for a minute for a section we call our moment of mindfulness. And I'm going to give this to Andy and let him take it away.
Thanks, Jared. And thanks for the opportunity to be with you all when you slow down right now. The adaptations that we heard over a big part of our assembly here today, it pointed out to me that there's a lot going on out there. There's a lot going on with everyone. We're doing a lot of things, and we're like having to care for people in different ways. And so there's just a lot of stuff happening. And so this is a great opportunity to just not like to not have a job that we have to go do right now. Kind of the opposite of that. We can just slow down and do nothing. We can notice when we start like trying to solve problems or fix things or analyze whatever's coming up, and we can just gently come back to my job right now is to just focus on my breath. That's a nice, easy, reliable thing to focus on. So so go ahead and get comfortable in your seat or lay down if you want, so long as you can still hear my voice. And I'm going to manage the time here. We're going to just notice what's going on with us and not chase stuff down. Just stay where we are. Just notice what's going on in the present moment for us. And we're going to do that for 1 minute. And so I'll go ahead and start that, and I'll see you all back in 1 minute. Okay, ding. And come on back and maybe even notice how you feel now that you've had a minute to gift to yourself. And carry that with you through the week, through the month.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
all.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me see. So, all right, let me bring us back here. And I have a note here in my order of events for the evening that says beg for money. So I will do so. Let me share that. Sunday Assembly Atlanta, we are completely a volunteer organization. Everyone who wants to contribute is welcome to, whether it be time, effort, energy, technical skills, musical ability, whatever you'd like to do. We are a 501c3, and even in this time of COVID, when we're not meeting in person, we still have expenses to keep going. So we welcome any and all donations anyone would like to throw our way. If you go to our website, just Google Sunday Assembly Atlanta, because I can never remember what it is. We have these ways to donate. Right now, PayPal and Venmo are the easiest ways. Just anything, even though right now we're not having to pay for the child care or the rental space for First E. We're right now planning for all the things we're going to want to do once we're able to meet again in person, and we're going to have big things coming down the road, I'm sure. So we're going to, anything to keep us going into the future is appreciated, and we always value everything people can give to us, whether it be time, effort, energy, brain power, or donations on PayPal and Venmo. So,
hey, Jared,
mm-hmm.
It's Andy. Can I just step in here? I want to add one thing that's really I don't want to lose sight of this, which is that if you are poised to make a donation to Sunday Assembly Atlanta, making a recurring donation is really, really helpful to us because of exactly what Jared said. It lets us forecast into the future what our resources will be when it is time to meet back in person and to have small groups and to have monthly assemblies. So while we absolutely appreciate a one-time donation, those recurring donations really help us have a good read on what we can do, what we in kind of the leadership of Sunday Assembly Atlanta can do to serve our community in the context of Sunday Assembly's needs. So please consider, even if it's $1 a month, we know that we will put that to good use, and we know we can count on you to continue donating that recurring amount into the future. Thanks, Jared.
Thank you, Andy. Yes, absolutely. Announcements. Even though we are not meeting in person, we do have a lot of events coming up, and thankfully they're all online now, which means you don't have to worry about can you drive there. We have two things tomorrow. The first is virtual mindfulness meditation. Will be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Now, I only have it listed once here on the slide, but it actually occurs all through the month. So if you get on our meetup page, you'll find when all the meetups are happening, and anytime you want to get online and meditate with the group and support each other, we have plenty of opportunities. There's the virtual mindfulness meditation, and I saw listings for a virtual moving meditation to Zoom as well, and I'm sure all the details are there online. Also, this is also a recurring thing we're having now, or I see listed on Meetup now, is the Anti-Racism Unlearning Group. There's going to be one tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m., and it's going to repeat more throughout the month. I'm personally unfamiliar with this. Is there anyone tonight who can speak to this or explain what that is?
Hey, this is Ashley. Yeah, I can speak to both of these. So we have both of our meditation groups, the Monday night and the Wednesday night. Joanne facilitates the Wednesday night mindfulness meditation, and it is have more of a movement or walking theme to it. For the Anti-Racism Unlearning Group, we've been going about 2 months now, and we're working through the book Me and White Supremacy by Layla Saad. We're in kind of the 3rd or 4th week of that book, and we'll be picking another book in a couple of weeks as we wrap that one up. New people are welcome to join. Know that our conversation is focused on particular readings, and we do post the sections we are reading and discussing on the meetup each week so that you can kind of follow and catch up with what we're working on. I can also speak briefly to that next one because that's also one that I'm facilitating. It's the
Please do. Go
Feminist
ahead.
Book Club, yeah. So this is also a relatively new one. We're doing this every month. So it's the Saturday that follows the assembly each month. We're going to start a 2-session kind of combination to work through hood feminism. So this is in particular working to make sure in the Feminist Book Club, we're highlighting women of color, authors of color in that space, and understanding kind of the perspective and the need that we have to broaden our understanding of feminism. And so we'll be doing the first half of hood feminism this month and the second half of that book the following month.
Okay, and the last one I have listed here is the Secular Parents Community Group. This is also a new one this year. Is there anyone out there who can speak to this group and what y'all are about and what you're doing?
Yeah. So Paulina and I are hosting this one, and we've done it. This will be our 3rd time now, which is great. So we invite anyone who wants to join. It's geared towards secular parents, and I think this topic for this week is going to be along the lines of what we've been talking about today, which is adaptation and really kind of how we're going to adapt the school year and going back to school and daycare and all that stuff. So we'd love for you to join. Yep.
Okay. Our next assembly will be right here in the same place in my room and yours on September 20th at 5:30 p.m. So I expect you all back. And we're going to roll into a song by the band now. I'll say that we have the video. Our drummer, Dan Bateman, was not able to provide a video file with his, so we have once again replaced him on the screen with a Muppet. Just know that there is a real human playing the drums behind that Muppet. And this here's a song that we would normally use to open up an assembly and get a lot of big energy, but you know what? We're going into a party. We're going into celebrating our lives. We are going into community and chatting with each other. So I want to get ready for celebration right now. And here it is. Let me see if I can get this to share the right one. Here we come. Am I sharing the... Here we go.
Should have had my trombone.
It's a celebration. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the year. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time, baby. Celebration. We're gonna celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! Woo-hoo! It's a celebration. Woo-hoo! Let's celebrate. Celebrate good times, come on! It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on! Let's celebrate. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. baby. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebrate good times, come on. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Come on and celebrate. Celebrate good times, everything's gonna be alright. Let's celebrate. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebrate good times, come on.
Thanks, band.
Thank you. Thanks everyone else for participating. Okay, we've got one more thing, and we're going to go into our social time tonight, which is on something called Nearpod. I have no idea what Nearpod is, so someone please jump in and explain. And while we do that, before we do that, I want to thank everyone who participated in the assembly tonight. I want to thank everyone for showing up tonight. It's great to see this huge crowd online, and it's great to get this energy every month from everybody. So everyone give yourselves a big fist bump or applause.
We
Okay.
couldn't get Nearpod together. We didn't get Nearpod together.
We did not.
No. So
Okay.
it's going to be talking.
Okay. Well,
I can do it. I can do the Nearpod if we need to.
well,
Okay, cool. Okay.
Just give me a second to get it up because I didn't realize I was going to have to do it.
okay. In the meanwhile, we can chat right here.
Yeah, so many thanks to Anna and Jared for all the work you put into like putting the assemblies together, along with everyone else. And if you're interested in serving a similar role for next month, just let us know in the Slack or on the Facebook. Contact me with Ross, Jared, Anna, myself, maybe